Good morning, beautiful souls. We're right on time for our time to align with the divine, and it all rhymes. Yep. So thank you for coming on. This is going to be a, a look at the state of our minds during the day. And we have a quote from Yogananda that I think is so great because we all make a pretty big deal sometimes of meditation. Am I doing it right? Or you feel bad because you don't meditate or whatever it is. But here he gives us an example or just a quote. It says, it's not the technique of meditation alone. It's not the technique of meditation alone that will bring you freedom. Wow. Your character, here it is, Marty. Your character must be strong and pure. Your character, your backbone, your core must be strong and pure. Your whole life and behavior, your whole life and behavior must be in harmony with the laws of truth. You see, we might sit down for 15 minutes. That might be our meditation time, or 10 or 5 or an hour or 2 hours, whatever. But how many hours are you out in the day? Count 18 hours, or whatever, how many hours you're awake during the day. That's the time to have this beautiful character, this beautiful core, this beautiful attention on your intentions, your attention on your intentions, on your state of mind. What's going on in your mind right now? Then we spend the day just being in the present moment. So it's perfect, right? But I just think it is so awesome that we hear from the guru. It's not the technique of meditation that alone will bring you freedom. It's your character. It must be strong and pure. Your whole life and behavior must be in harmony with the laws of truth. I just think that is so perfect. And so we have our stream this morning as well. It's what you wish to achieve. The title of it is What You Wish to Achieve Shall Be Your Should Be, Shall Be First Your State of Being. What you wish to achieve first and foremost. It needs to be the state of being. If that's what you want to achieve, it must first be your state of being. What a concept, right? And this is called Experience Your Divine Love and Light World Within You group. And it's called the inner state, the inner state, the inner state of your consciousness, of your awareness right now. That shapes all experiences. Your experiences aren't the experience that makes the experience. It's your consciousness that makes the experience, right? It's not the experience that makes you feel like you just had the experience. It's the consciousness that you derive from it that give you the true meaning of that experience, if we want to get down to it. So it's all a state of awareness when at any given time during the day where you meditate, it might be difficult to even be aware for 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so. But during the day, you can practice all day long, Cami and Kathleen and Lynn and Narayan. We can practice all day. What do you want to first ask yourself? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to achieve today? Right? Is it to do stuff? Is it things that you have planned with people or whatever? Beaches, whatever? Nothing wrong with anything. In fact, everything is just perfectly right because it's filled with light. Anyway, so but what do you want to achieve today? I know for me, I woke up on an interesting feeling, and it took me a while this morning, and then I found this thing I'm going to share with you right now, and it changed everything. It changed everything. So maybe it will change a lot for you too when I start to read it. The inner state that shapes our experiences. And I'm getting ready to go over to the Ashland Meditation Group and be the service reader and things like that. So I was kind of it's like so sleepy. I go, oh really? I'm going to go over there and do that this morning. And then I read some of this, and then all of a sudden I woke up and I'm ready to go. So you ready for this? And I realized this that I missed for some reason last night posting yesterday's post. And I called it this little light of mine, let it shine, because some of us stayed online at the end and sang it. Sarah did. Sarah did. She sang it. And I just love that. So I'll post it today, tonight, or tonight probably. And then this one too, because that one that we did yesterday was a Jim Dandy. All right. And so is this, in my opinion, my humble opinion, my dears. So every experience we are drawn to, this says Cami, every experience that we are drawn to, every place, every connection, every opportunity carries the signature of your inner state. All of it, whatever you're drawn to, place, connection, opportunities, carries the signature of your inner state. What you feel, what you feel, what you embody, what you hold as true inside your field becomes the lens through which life organizes itself around you. So what you're feeling, you add it all up, you got your feeling, you got your mind or your mindset, and you got in your soul coming in to boost everything and get it right in tune with the highest reality that you can be in. You have all of that that will organize whatever experience that you have around you. All of that is we could say is our state of mind. So you're not moving toward experiences today, Cami, Kathleen. You're not. You're not moving toward them. Experiences are aligning with the frequency you are already living. So you are already aligned with what it is that you're up to today, just sitting here now, or when whatever state of mind you are in, my dears, that life is organizing around that. The bigger picture, the expansion of you as an omnipresent being, that's all, right? You're not moving toward experiences. They are aligning with the frequency you're already living. So when the heart resonates with abundance, for example, Ellen, life reflects abundance. All right. When your heart resonates with abundance, it's a good time to practice a heart aligning with abundance, I'll tell you. It's really important times. It's really important times that we start to feel the abundance that what God is never going to leave us. He's never going to let us, take no heed what ye shall eat, what you shall do, what you should. Your Father in heaven knows, and He's going to take care of you. All right. So we got to resonate our heart with that kind of abundance that God is seek God first and everything will be added on to us. Another quote is uh, that bread isn't the only thing. Life is more than just the bread, right? There's the consciousness of God pouring into you right now, of your soul pouring into you right now. Oh, that quote is, man and woman do not live by bread alone, but every breath from the mouth of God. Yeah, we don't live by bread alone. So if we don't have the loaf of bread that we want coming up here, that we will still have the abundance that we live by God. We live first and foremost by the God force. So when the heart resonates with abundance, life reflects abundance, okay? It's pretty important stuff for today, I think, my dears. When the body rests in ease, life arranges itself in harmony. when the body rests, when we don't get overexcited, when we don't get overly depressed, when we don't get overly in fear, which is really easy to do these days, that we really come back and with with that inner voice of ours, that signal, we talked about that recently, that there's a signal that we're sending out to the universe every moment. It's called our frequency. We actually had a stream that was called the legacy frequency, that we're creating our legacy with every intention that we have our attention on. All right. So when the body rests in ease, life arranges itself in harmony. When clarity is present within, my dears, the path ahead reveals itself with simplicity. When clarity is present within, the path ahead reveals itself with simplicity. This is the natural correspondence between your inner world and your outer reality, what we're talking about. We're talking about the bridge between what we're thinking, what is our intention, all this inner life with the outer reality. And in this case, we could say that being in the 3D HD heavy delusion, duality dream delusion, that's still part of our reality while we're in it, right? So when you feel the call towards something, this goes on to say, whether it be abundance, love, expansion, freedom, you are being invited. I wonder who's inviting you. Somebody's inviting you for something. Could be your soul. You are being invited to recognize that this state already exists within you, my dears. The one that you want, the one that you think is in the future, the one that you will move towards is coming to you. In fact, it's in you. It's already here within you. Everything you need is in you. Everything you want to achieve is capable. Well, maybe after we hear this stream a little more, that you are really aware of your state of consciousness. It can be really subtle and it can be really simple, meaning that where am I at now, right now, today? Because it's influencing everything, everything. So I don't know if you're a churchgoer or whatever, but you could create an intention with your attention that you go to that place of worship. If you go to a place like that, church, mosque, a synagogue, whatever, that you are bringing that joy with you, that you're bringing what you want to have happen in that church service. You bring it as a state of consciousness within you. I did that for years, listening to monks give Sunday sermons to the monks for years. If I didn't like what they were, and you kind of get used to each other, so you kind of maybe go, oh no, not this guy. But anyway, I just go within and I created my own sermon. And every time I came out of that temple or that chapel feeling really good because I got what I wanted to achieve, which was to be inspired, to be motivated, to feel God's presence. If I don't get it outward, I'm going to get it inward. All right. So when you feel called towards something, abundance, love, expansion, freedom, you are being invited to recognize that this state already exists within you, waiting to be activated, embodied, and lived. Are you ready, my dears? Are you interested, my dears? Are you kind of like, wow, my dears, that once you recognize that this state already exists within you, it will activate, embody, embody you, and live you when you acknowledge it as such, when you really believe it's in you and it's in your brother and your sister. If you do go to a place of worship today, send love to everybody in those pews. If you go to a Catholic church and you're on your knees, go and if you really want to have a good worship service, Send love to everybody that's in the temple or chapel or whatever church, and call it a fantastic Sunday. Yeah, check it out. Check it out. If you can send love to anybody, everybody is light, the most beautiful light you could ever see. And once we start to, get off of our form, what people look like, what they're doing, when all that's form, they're in form. You hear their voices and this and that. When we get into more interested in the formless light that they are, now we start to get into the fifth dimension. Now we start to really feel like we are part of everything. We are one with the one. And that is that. The process of what we're talking about right now is gentle and precise. It begins by becoming aware of the states you have been practicing unconsciously. The states you have been practicing unconsciously. See, we have some old patterns, don't we still? I would think. And they're practiced unconsciously, whether we know it or not. So first, let's begin by being aware of those unconscious places within us. That's what happened to me this morning. I almost said, I don't know if I can make it there this morning to the temple to do the reading service and all that. I don't feel like it. I felt really dragged, really kind of worried and all that stuff. So that stuff still lingers in all of us and it creeps up. It's a creep. It creeps up when we least want it to. But then now, this is why I was excited to read this to you today, because you already have everything else in you. If you just want to acknowledge it, if you just want to love it, if you just want to feel it, if you just want to know that God has you covered inside and out, always and forever, and always with us. You think in times like this that God says, "Oh no, I can't. I don't want to go down there. It's too dangerous." No, he said it's a more reason to be close and up close with every being on the planet right now. And he got Divine Mother and all her angel helpers to help him. We got our guardian angel, and then we got some extra troops that are coming in, my dears, to protect us, to keep us safe in these times. The process is gentle and precise. It begins by being aware of the states you have been practicing unconsciously. Old conditioning, old conditioning, that's what we're talking about. I was in old conditioning when I woke up this morning. Old conditioning is simply repetition of certain emotional tones that have been held long enough to feel familiar. That's one way to put it. Old conditioning is simply a repetition of certain emotional tones, certain thoughts, certain expectations that have been held long enough to feel, I would say, really familiar. And familiarity then feels like truth. Then those old conditionings feel like that's the truth. As awareness expands, you begin to see these patterns not as identity, but as habits of energy, my dears. It's just habits of energy. You change your energy, you change your life. What is Krishna does this work with the Spiritual Arts Institute, and they have a kind of a famous book that change your life, change your aura, and it changes your life. Change your aura, changes your life. There's Happy Doodle. Can you see the Happy Doodle? Can you see where's Waldo? Where's Waldo in the picture? Do you see her down there? Little Happy Doodle. These Pyrenees doodles are, and maybe you're Bernice. I think you have a Bernice, Marty. Yeah,
Yes,
they're so loving. They're
they're
so,
sweet.
yeah. It's just Hap will come up to me at any time and just stare at me. Does the same thing to Trisha, and he's just saying, "I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you." And he also comes to us when we feeling a little bit like this morning. I didn't feel so good, so Hopi ended up sitting next to me when I was meditating. And Happy came up to me a lot this morning too. They know when where your energy's at. They know where your energy's at. So as awareness expands, you begin to see these patterns not as identity. Don't take it personally, my dear, but they're just habits of energy. So just change your energy. That's what we get to do here, Lynn Adams. That's what we get to do here, Kathleen and Cami and Ellen. We get to change our energy just by being with each other. Just like that. Wow. Thank God for you all. Thank God for you all. Because this is I get to like what I did for so many years in sermons in the SRF world, and then at the Soul of Yoga every Sunday we gave a soul talk, me and Trisha. It gives me a chance to just keep going like that. That's my favorite thing. Have no script, have nothing that, I need to say. I'm not trying to change anybody. I just sharing the best of me that I can to all of you and you with all of us. All right. So I'm very, very, very grateful. So and now a new choice becomes available. You ready to hear about the new choice, Kathleen? A new choice becomes available. You begin to tune yourself as you would tune an instrument. So just because I feel better now doesn't mean that better is going to stay there. I got to stay tuned. If you put your instrument down for even 10 minutes and the weather changes or something, you're going to have different tones. You're going to have to retone your instrument, right? So we had to be, so they say now we have a new choice available. Well, listen, we begin by tuning ourselves as we would tune an instrument. That's why I call the heartstrings. You know, one heartstring, can just take the whole thing down, the ship to sink. Change no circumstances, change me, Sister Gyanmata. Thank you, Clark. Lisa, that's brilliant. Yeah, change no circumstance, change me, Sister Gyanmata. Oldie but goodie quote. So tune yourself as you would an instrument. Make sure if your heart can get feeling better, if your heart can get feeling better, you're going to feel better. You're going to be in tune. Your instrument is going to be in tune. If you're feeling better, if you get that perk, maybe it's God's blessing. Who knows? Maybe both. So you bring your attention into the body, my dears. This is how you tune the instrument. You bring your attention into the body, into the heart, into the present moment, and you ask yourself, what is the state that reflects the reality that I am ready to live? What is that state that reflects the reality that I am ready to live? What is it? And then you allow your body to feel what abundance feels like before it appears. Then you allow your body to feel what abundance feels like before it appears. You could do that right now. You can just visualize your I still call them ice boxes. Can you believe that? Your refrigerators. And it looks like, oh God, I gotta go shopping. But then now just visualize it filled with everything you need right now, right? That's how you kind of visualize it, just like that. Bang. There's not much in there. I got to go shopping. And then just now visualize that thing filled with everything you need, right? So that's maybe kind of what they're hinting at. We allow our body to feel what abundance feels like before it appears. I haven't gone to the market. Trish went yesterday, but I didn't. So, yeah. And you allow your breath to soften into the rhythm of trust. Marty, that's big. Tara, that's big. You allow your breath. See, I'm so happy to be doing this with you this morning and sharing this because that's so important. Remember, yeah, breath work, pranayama, which is the ultimate, awareness of the breath. Be thy religion. Pranayama will give thee salvation. Pranayama is Creator Lord in one of Yogananda's chants. So Allow your breath to soften into the rhythm of trust, my dears. Ooh, isn't that a beautiful thought? Allow your breath to soften into the rhythm of trust. Ah, nice, smooth. Inhale, exhale. The fact that we're even breathing is grace itself. You let your posture, your gaze, your inner dialogue align with the version of you that already lives this reality. So you wouldn't be, kind of imagining a state of energy, a state of I'm ready to go, let's go, let's do this, right? And you're slumped all over. You're probably your shoulders are back and you're ready to rock, right? So you let your posture, your gaze, your inner dialogue align with the version of you that already lives this reality. Now, listen, the version of us that already lives this reality is the immortal soul. And then what is the immortal soul? It's spirit. It's a spark from the infinite fire of spirit. It's a flame from the infinite fire of spirit. It's a little mini spirit, like the spirit of all that is. It's a little mini one called an immortal soul, but it's got all the power of the real deal, right? It's the real deal. It's the whole power is an immortal soul encased in a physical body. Oh my God. So you all know so much already. You let your posture, your gaze, your inner dialogue align with a version of you that already live in. Well, it says lives this reality. We could say live in this reality. Each moment spent in this state strengthens the signal that we're putting out to the universe, the frequency, the so-called, creation that is coming next in our life. Who's creating it? Your thoughts create, your choices create, your frequency creates all of the above. Each moment spent in this state strengthens the signal, and each time you return to it, you deepen the pathway. That was like that stream that we had about the signal, you know, your inner voice versus the noise. We called that stream. Each time we return to this awareness, this signal in our heart, we deepen the pathway. The old conditioning dissolves through lack of reinforcement, while the new state becomes natural through presence and repetition. So the new state, this choice point that we're making today, this new state. I mean, I would say this morning I was in one state and it wasn't that great. Now I'm in a better state. So we could call this the new state, right? In one given morning, right? You can change it like that, my dears, because you are all powerful, immortal being. So the old conditioning dissolves through lack of reinforcement, while the new state becomes natural through presence, repetition, and awareness. Through presence, holding the presence, repetition, remembering the presence, and infusing it with awareness. So you got your mind riveted on your purpose, on that what you want to achieve in in the state of consciousness first. All right. You are remembering the vast range of states available within your being and choosing consciously which one to inhabit. Life responds to this choice with precision, my dears. Opportunities begin to resonate with you. People meet you at the level you are embodying. Paths open, that mirror, paths open, new paths open, that mirror, your internal coherence. You realize that nothing is outside of you. Everything is responding to you. Everything loves you, my dears. Always. Every speck of this creation loves you personally and collectively. And that goes for all of us. You realize that nothing is outside of you, everything is responding to you. So you move through your day with this gentle knowing. I am the source of the state I wish to experience. I am the source of the state. So, man, I can't even fool myself on this one, right? That I can't feel better, right? How can I not feel better when I am the source itself of the state I wish to experience? I'm the source of it. Dang, I'm the source of joy. I'm the source of peace. I'm the source of that beautiful, calm breath that trusts more and more. All these beautiful things we talk about. I am the source of the state I wish to experience. I allow abundance to flow through my field now. I rest in the frequency of ease and clarity. I embody the reality I'm ready to live. I tune myself to the version of me that already walks this path. I allow life to organize around the truth I hold within. And in this, creation becomes effortless, natural, continuous. We walk with you in this remembrance. This is from the 5D Arcturian Council, channeled by Octavia Vassal. This was the picture of what I just read that came to my phone this morning, right in the nick of time. So thank you, my dears. I'm going to get moving along with holding my state of awareness. Let's rub this so that we all feel that same groovy feeling, right? This really good feeling. That something just, your instrument just got tuned, my dears. Your heartstrings just got attuned. Inhale. Oh. Again, my dears, let's rub another one so that everybody, everything, everyone on this planet right now, I mean billions and billions, are gonna have a lift today. Oh, oh. And my dears, let's put our God goggles on, our goggles, our glasses on, so that we can see the path clearly today, that we can look inside our hearts and count the strings and see how beautiful each string that attunes you to the all fulfilling realities that you already possess within you. So we love, we care, and that little light of mine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. That little light in me and the little light in you, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. All right. Yeah, we don't have to be thinking of, oh God, I got to have a real energetic day or anything like that. Just know that your little light is on. It will give you the ways and the means to feel better. Promise. All right. Love you all. Thank you for coming on. Have a beautiful rest of your Sunday, my dears. You all smiling pretty good. Yay. Yay for us. Much love. Aho. Namaste. Praise the Lord. Hare Krishna. Hare Bo. Aho. Love you all.